Free energy? Let's break this down. Hey everyone, if you believe in free energy, I've got bad news. If you don't, I've got 6 videos that'll make your eyes pop out. Let's dive in. First up, classic free energy BS. Guy takes 2 old computer fans, claims he built a 12-volt wind turbine. Yeah, right. Sure he did. Watch what he does. Rips out the motors, slaps on magnets, grinds down the rotors with an angle grinder. Total backyard engineering. The pitch is, wind spins it, magnets rotate, electricity happens. Here's the fatal flaw. To generate current, the magnetic field has to change constantly. But genius here, he mounted the magnets so they always face the coil the same way. They spin, but the coil doesn't see anything different. For this to work, the magnets need to alternate as they pass, north-south, north-south. That's how you push electrons through the wire. What he did is like rowing with your oar parallel to the water. The blade cuts clean through, but you're not moving. You just sit there, waving your arms, going nowhere. Zero power output. Also, rotor ground down on a workbench. The gap between the rotor and stator is massive. Magnetic induction drops exponentially with distance. No way this thing generates squat. And where's the rectifier bridge? He's lighting up a DC bulb, but an AC generator would need a bridge to convert the current. Look at the multimeter. It's set to DC mode. Magic. Also, check the background. Leaves aren't moving, no wind, but the prop's spinning like crazy. Hogwarts has nothing on this guy. All right, wind turbine was funny. Next one's dangerous. This guy tells viewers to stick their bare hands in sulfuric acid. What the hell? Here's the recipe. Boil modeling clay in water, dunk it in baking soda and vinegar, then into electrolyte. Dude's bare-handing everything, molding it onto an old chisel, showing it harden like stone. The claim? Acid triggers polymerization and turns soft clay into super strong composite. Seriously, do not attempt this. What follows is dangerous. Let's break this down. First, safety. Car battery electrolyte is sulfuric acid. Don't stick your bare hands in it. Chemical burns and dermatitis aren't negotiable. This isn't a suggestion, it's chemistry. Second, chemistry. Modeling clay is paraffin wax, saracen, and mineral oil. In chemistry terms, saturated hydrocarbons, no free bonds. Acid can't make them cross-link into a solid matrix. Polymerization is physically impossible here. But at the end, he shows hardened material. Know what that looks like? 2-part epoxy putty, cold weld. Don't try this. Clay is for kids. Acid stays in batteries. And this chemist is giving dangerously reckless advice. Next up, charging dead batteries in salt water through a USB cable. Sounds like magic, more like nonsense. Picture this. You're in the wilderness, miles from nowhere. Remote dies. The solution? Boil batteries in salt water under current, spray the remote with WD-40. Here's reality. Standard alkaline or carbon zinc batteries are not rechargeable. Inside, there's an irreversible oxidation reaction. The zinc casing literally gets consumed and turns into salts. Done. Game over. Try to charge a non-rechargeable battery? Electrolysis happens. Gases build up. Battery swells and potentially explodes. This can cause serious injury. Don't try it. Here's the physics. Salt water is a conductor. Dropping batteries in is like shorting them with a paperclip. They don't charge, they discharge. All the energy goes into heating the water. Know about WD-40 in the remote. First, it'll damage the remote. Rubber buttons can swell from this stuff. Kerosene evaporates. Oil stays behind and kills the contacts permanently. Don't do this. Battery dies? Buy a new one. This inventor needs a physics textbook and a reality check. Moving on. Free electricity that runs your meter backwards. Guy claims he built a free energy generator from a piece of pipe, foil, and a capacitor. Intriguing. He winds a coil around PVC pipe, sticks copper tubing inside as a core, foil on the end, jumper wire from soft solder hooks up a capacitor. The claim, this LC circuit generates power back into the grid, making the meter run in reverse. Complete garbage. The author's confusing apples and oranges. An LC circuit can create phase shift, reactive load, but it does not create active power. His coil on PVC is just an antenna for broadcasting interference to the neighbors. If you try this at home, old mechanical meters have anti-reverse ratchets. The disc just stops. Modern digital meters measure absolute current. They don't care about direction, they add it all up. You'll pay for your consumption and for heating this useless coil. Legally, this is called meter tampering. The fine from the utility company will be 10 times what you thought you'd save. This one made my jaw drop. Space heater made from a display tube filled with oil. The process is brutal. Crack open a vacuum fluorescent display, flood the internals with heat transfer oil, seal it with glue. Connect the ultra-thin filaments to a 12-volt battery, not directly, but through a bank of electrolytic capacitors. Filaments glow red. Oil supposedly heats a massive radiator. Here's the problem. Capacitors only pass current during the charging moment. One big pulse and your filaments vaporize faster than you can say, "What the hell?" After that, circuit's open. You're sitting with cold oil. Also, author filled the tube completely and sealed it tight. 7th grade physics. Liquids expand when heated, and they're incompressible. If heating were real, the glass wouldn't hold. It would explode. Final boss time. Guy builds a lab power supply at 24 volts. Recipe: 6 old laptop lithium cells, a wooden heatsink, and nanotechnology. Spoiler: author's a kamikaze pilot trying to take you with him. He takes 6 cells from a dead laptop battery, connects them in series. For voltage regulation, mounts a MOSFET transistor on a wooden board. Calls it a GaN-active MOSFET, gallium nitride, hooks it to a fan, turns a knob, shows the bead changes. He connected 6 lithium cells in series without a protection board, BMS. Know what happens? Strong cells still have juice, weak ones dead, but current keeps flowing. The good cells force energy through the corpse of the weak cell, heating it up. During charging, charger's blind, only sees total voltage, doesn't know one cell's already maxed out while others are still charging. Result? Lithium fire, which you cannot put out with water. This is how houses burn down. Lithium fires are extremely dangerous. The transistor here dumps excess voltage as heat, gets hot as an iron. Where's he dissipating this heat? Into wood? Wood is thermal insulation. Transistor die will overheat past 300 degrees Fahrenheit and burn out. They claim GaN technology, gallium nitride. Check the marking, PK537BA. That's a regular cheap silicon MOSFET and channel. Costs pennies. Real GaN transistors are expensive, need special drivers, look completely different. They're selling you nanotechnology pulled from the trash. Bottom line, this is sabotage masquerading as engineering. You'll need a fire extinguisher and probably a lawyer. Miracles don't exist, no matter how badly we want them to. You can't make bullets from modeling clay. Turn on your brain before you turn on your soldering iron. If you see content like this, call it out. Send me the link. Hit like if you want more teardowns. Stay safe.